Hi, everybody. It is, what is it? Thursday, January 10th. We are now moving into the second half of the month. So our first 2 weeks are over. I'm actually looking forward to assessing our number of Rich Rewards achievers, because I have to say that, first of all, I'm sure that a lot of you looked at the numbers, this week and were like, oh my Lord. Because, to be clear, they are low. The numbers are low for last week. However, are they low compared to what your January, the second week of January was last year? I would venture to say it was probably better. If you were to if you did like your recognitions report and ran it for the same week and 2-week period last year, I'm guessing it's higher. I wish actually I did that before I came on the call, because we did the booking blitz. We had a good amount of people earn Rich Rewards, actually a similar number to earn it in a normal month. So to have a similar number of people earn their Rich Rewards means that our workers still worked, which is a big deal. Because in the last week of December, the first 2 weeks of January, even a lot of times your regular workers don't work. You yourself know, Phyllis, you told me straight out, I never really worked these weeks ever before. This is the first for me. And now here you are working. So if you earned it knowing that you haven't earned it in previous Januaries, that's a win. And I'm looking at the overall of what appears to the eyeball to be like abysmal numbers. We did like 16,000 the first week in January and about 9,000 yesterday, which is, less than half of what we would normally do, or about half of what we would normally do. But all that really means is that the workers still worked, which is still a big win. And all the accessory people are the ones who didn't work, and we didn't expect that they would. People who just do this super part-time are not out there doing a show January 2nd. They're just not. We're lucky if we are. So even though the numbers were low, I am pleased that many of you earned your Rich Rewards. I myself earned Rich Rewards and launched a recruit at 1,000. I thought that was a huge victory. And I have a show open that just didn't close. That's like 500. I have never in the first 2 weeks of January had a $1,000 launch, $1,100 show, and a $500 show to put in before we got to a double-digit number of January. So I think that the booking blitz was a success. I think that our focus was a success. And I think we set a good example. Today, I'm going to make a real big deal out of everybody that earned RRC1, because it did take extra effort to do it this time. And I'm just super impressed with everybody who did. So congratulations. For those that did not yet receive their earrings, these are the Elvis earrings. They are big, really big. So, in fact, just in case.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, Dale.
Hi, I'm sorry. How are you?
Just to give you an idea of scale, that's big. Actually, I don't hate them as much as I thought I would.
Fabulous on you. I love them.
You think so?
Teresa wore them last night. They looked really good.
Crazy, but they're cute.
They are crazy. I feel like these are the kind of earrings.
Phyllis, I love them.
Yeah, Phyllis, they look good on you too. You know what? They really pop against your white hair. I think it looks beautiful. Yeah. I'm not going to lie though, Phyllis, is the fact that this is like brushing your neck annoying?
Yeah, you can feel it. And I'm thinking you have to have your neckline open to wear them. And for me, I think having your hair back is probably better too.
I feel like someone's touching my neck. Like,
yeah,
You're super aware of the earrings. It's like a feather constantly brushing your neck. I don't know.
So wait, do you like them or
No,
do you not
I
like
don't
them? I'm so confused. Do you have a love-hate relationship with them?
Yes.
I
They look
can't
very
decide.
sexy.
I can't decide. You know what? I'm going to take this necklace off, put the other earring on, and attempt to do the call with them on and see how I do.
I'm going to see how long that lasts.
Meanwhile, I'm going for a world record this week of how many Zooms can I do in another black V-neck. I put this on and I'm like, oh my God, I think this is my third Zoom of the week, third day of doing a Zoom in another black V-neck. They're all different.
As long as you have different jewelry on, that's the whole point, right?
I know, and
You
that's
could
what
wear
I've been
the
doing.
That's a lot. That's a whole lot. You have to have your shoulders out. I think you have to cut it off the shoulder.
Take it off, girl. Take it off.
Yeah,
Okay.
girl.
So, now I'm ruining my sweater for the joke. Okay. You know what? Now I am getting inspired, though. I feel like for the Scott event, I wish I had something like this because I would wear them.
Yeah, I like that.
Time to go shopping.
I actually have a navy blue striped top that goes off my shoulders that I could wear to that. I like that. But I would have to have my hair up. No. I like them.
All right, I'm going to give it a try, even though these are some distracting earrings. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so when you get them, you can certainly go ahead and do your Facebook Live because a lot of us went live to talk about, in your VIP groups, to talk about the ensembles. And we didn't really have these in real life to show. So it would be great to kind of circle back to that, reintroduce the specials and point these out. I feel like these are the kind of earrings that if you, like I have a customer, Deb LeBron, and she's a statement earrings person. Every pair of statement earrings, I bring them to her attention, and she makes it a point of putting them on her list and getting them as soon as she can. She will probably love these. So I'm going to bring these to her attention. One of the things, just as an aside, speaking of our VIP groups, one of the trainings that I was watching recently was a suggestion of how weekly we should be going live in our VIP groups, and the suggested system that she said that I applied to what we sell and what our team is doing is that week one would be to introduce the weekly, whatever our monthly special is. So week one, you do the special, you introduce the trendsetter sets, and personally, I would offer it with a deal, because obviously they can order it anytime they want, but we want them to order it now. So I thought that was a great suggestion. I forget how we came up with it, but I know when maybe Jennifer suggested it, to offer free shipping if they order it by the 9th or whatever the 15th, whatever our 2 weeks mark is. So then week two, your live should be on some sort of jewelry focus. So whether you do, maybe this month, it would be great to just do the concept of statement earrings, right? And talk about how with statement earrings, you don't need a necklace. Statement earrings are great with a V-neck, with an off the shoulder. They're great with your hair up, or if you have short hair, they're great for you all the time. So you could do a real jewelry focus and show any statement earrings that you have. So you could be showing pom-pom, Tara, Desiree, and even more moderately priced and less flashy, like Marina earrings, right? Those are only $26, and those are great statement earrings. So that would be week two's VIP jewelry focus. Then week three, the suggestion is to do a Facebook party for your group, where you're doing the posts, a whole, a group, a couple of different groupings, posting a link, taking orders, using the sale just like you would any other Facebook party. Because then, of course, you can market your Facebook parties and say, if you want this to be with you and your friends in a special event exclusive to you so that you can get the hosting benefits, then comment below or shoot me a message. And I'll get one set up for you and your friends. So that would be week 3 each month. And then week 4 would be like a last call recap. Remember this month's special is this, and I set up these packages for you. You could even rework some of it and said, for those of you that were in love with these earrings and the Tara statement earrings, you could buy this pair and get these for $25, and you're getting both of them for blah, 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 right? Or even show 3 pairs. You could show all the statement earrings that you showed and say, you can pick any 3 of these, and 2 of them are going to be $25 each. You're just going to pay for 1 of them. So is that helpful to you as far as, and do you think that would be valuable with the team to have some structure to your weekly lives?
I love that, Michelle. And I have a question because, I think like long term, I'm working on like my social media calendar. And what if, like you were saying, week 2, focus on statement earrings, right? Or whatever the jewelry focus is. What if as a team, we did the same focus each month? So here in our group, we could share tips and tricks, different things that we're finding, like articles that we're researching that we could repost. And then that way, collectively as a team, we're doing the same thing and helping take the workload off of each other because we're all going to be inputting.
Freaking best idea of the day. Yes.
Love it.
I had coffee already.
Well, I think it makes complete sense to make this be, because we have 5 weeks. So we have time, since I know we're already in week, what are we technically in? Well, I guess technically we are still in week 2 when you're looking at a normal calendar. So then let's quick in the leader page, get on it so that we can gather up some resources today. And then we can choose, the best, make some cubes, and then share it in the Shine On page. Does that sound like a good strategy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I'll be back home and can help with that here in about an hour.
Awesome. So if we can search up an article, maybe find the thing about the face shapes and repost that. Gather up, like, I'm sure everyone, what you have as in your home right now in your kit as far as statement earrings, like I actually don't have any pom-poms right now, but if you do, like, can you take a couple of quick selfies? Like, I'll take a picture in these, since you seem to say they look okay. So I'll take a picture in these, Phyllis can take a picture, but you take a picture, Becky's, you're all blown out today, take a picture in a pom-pom earring. Does anyone have Marina's handy? Let's get a few photos taken so that we have price points. We can make some fun cubes. And then again, the goal of this year is to provide what they need to get to work, right? So this is what Becky just suggested is totally in line with that. So yes, why reinvent the wheel? So this, we'll do jewelry focus and we'll get that going right this week. It is week 2. So we'll get the team working on that.
And I think this is because, there's new leaders on here. There's existing leaders. As we go through this process, I think we're going to learn better each other's strengths so that we can all play on that.
Yeah. A million %. Anything that you can contribute. And so there's going to be some weeks that you can do more than others. If you thinking to yourself, geez, I actually don't have any statement earrings, then maybe what you can do is do your best to find that face shape article or some other article about earrings or something, and then we'll have that to work with. Because remember, the campaign, whatever your Facebook Live is for the week on your VIP group, can go on all week in several forms. So if you're going to go live on Monday, you can post support things Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? You can post the face shave article. You can post something else on Wednesday, post something else on Thursday. If you're doing the live on Fridays, you can build up to it. So whatever works better for you, you know, I feel like I would be more apt to do a live on Tuesday or Friday, because Tuesdays I generally get ready because of all the Zooms. I generally do my hair and makeup. Fridays I usually have a show. I do hair and makeup. Today, this is just I don't have anywhere to go today, but I don't want to scare everybody. So this is the ponytail, mascara, lipstick, get ready day. So, which is just enough to get by on the leader call, but not necessarily how I would go out and do a Facebook party. So, you know, that way it's a weak amount of material sometimes. I would imagine some topics will have more material than others, but love it.
I can, I have that, remember you told me calendar lab?
Yes.
Our thing can be the calendar lab, and it could show you, here's what you're doing each week.
I'll go back and edit
the info, and there we go.
Yes, I will edit that in and repost it. That way I can say VIP topic, blah, 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 VIP topic this, and then people will know. Okay, love it. Love it. That calendar lab was super easy to use. It's only a Word. It's considered a Word document program. So to edit was nothing. The only thing is that the number sits right in the middle of the square. So if I had a lot to type, I had to reduce the number, meaning if it's the 9th, the 9 would just be plopped in the middle. I had to make the 9 small and put it all the way up and whatever. But I think everybody got the idea. I didn't think it was a big deal. Phyllis, how you feeling in the earrings? They're less annoying as you wear them.
They're less annoying. I don't really feel them, but I think I like them, but I definitely have to find the right top to wear with them and the right hairdo. I really have to find all of that to go with it. I still have this necklace that I've never worn and never sold.
I wore that necklace one time with a shirt similar to Michelle's. And I wore it to Buffalo Wild Wings to go eat with my team.
This would be a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. But I was thinking about what to wear these with. But I think you have to wear them so people can see them, unless you have people like you, Michelle. I have one person who likes statement earrings that I know will buy these earrings the minute she sees them.
Yeah.
But this would be a lot.
You can't wear those together. They're touching.
Nope. This would probably get caught in me.
That's what I'm saying. It's touching. That's no good. It's a shame because the color is on point.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It
But
really is.
maybe they made the top part of these earrings out of the extra beads from when they stopped making that necklace.
I do hope we
All the leftovers.
I hope we can more earrings in this style, but smaller.
Somebody's got a mute with a whole lot of action around them.
Yeah, I like the earring. I do like it, and I'm sure I can find something to wear it with. I really like the way it looked when you pulled your top down on your shoulders, Michelle.
Woohoo. It does look good like this.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I don't own anything with this, but we'll see. Okay, so my next thing on today's agenda, I saw that post that says, you know, I love my life because of my Park Lane business or something like that. I thought, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, that would be a fun campaign. Where can we do the campaign? Do we do it on our personal pages? Do we do it in the Check Us Out group? Do we do it in do we do it in all places? But I would sure love to do a campaign where each of us were posting that, you know, just type up a testimonial. And it could be something like, it can be your story, but it could be something that you just happen to be feeling. Like today, so I posted that to the leader page. And then I was running downstairs because I wanted to start some laundry. So I throw the sheets in, and then I just my laundry is downstairs, and downstairs is the den that leads to the outside. And I always like to just take a step to the left and look at my den, because then I get to look outside. And it's windy and horrible, and my outdoor furniture is wrapped in plastic, so it doesn't have that nice look that some of you have seen in like a photo. But I did. I looked over my den and I looked outside, and I actually got a little teary. This is after starting laundry, mind you. I got a little teary, and I was like, oh my God, I love where I live so much. And then it brought me back to this campaign, and I was like, I would love to just even do a post about that, about how, I wouldn't say finally, because that would be mean to the previous places I lived, but I would say I absolutely love my new home, and I get to be here to enjoy it every day because of that. I own my own business and I work from home and things like that. So that would just be one example of something you can do. It could be your full normal testimonial, or just something in the moment that you're loving. Phyllis was like, it's freezing outside, and I love that I'm working from home and I don't have to be cold today. I'm just going to stay inside. That is a legit thing that I see, that people have to go out and work every day, and I mean, Elizabeth's not on the call, but man, if that girl doesn't have to chip ice off her car every single day to go to work, that's a lot of people. So if your business is affording you the ability to not have to be that person, or to be that person less often, that's a great thing to post. If you work a full-time job and this is affording you extras that you would have never been able to have, that's a great thing to post. Dale is a retired teacher, and what is this affording you now, Dale, that you're no longer working?
Just an extra. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you could,
just a little luxury. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was just, I'm sorry, I wasn't sure you were actually cueing me to talk. So, yeah, it's just extra luxury to stay home and be there every day, not go out in the cold, and not deal with the nonsense of public school.
I know Jenny Wells put in for her retirement early because of extra income from Park Lane, which was nice. She's been, she is over it. She's felt she worked long enough, and she's not enjoying her job anymore. And she was able to put in a little early for it. So what do you think? Is it worth to post in lots of places? And then what hashtag should we put with it to give it better visibility?
Hashtag I love life.
Yeah, the meme says Park Lane allows me to live a life I love, right? So maybe the hashtag would be life I like. We'll have to have a few. So life I love. Always need to put Park Lane Jewelry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would love to have Team Shine On as part of it, if you're comfortable with that. If you have a sub-team name, you can always do Team Shine On and then your team name as well. I'm never encouraging you to lose that identity ever. So if you have an additional team name for your smaller group, by all means, include that. So when should we start?
Soon. As soon as possible.
I don't want to keep saying, let's do it today. So it's like today is too much. We can start tomorrow. Because I know we're trying to gather up the info to get the jewelry focus handled. And even if everybody does that, do we want to do we still really do have 3 weeks left in January. So do we want to do jewelry focus next week? Facebook party the week after, recap specials the week after that? Because we do still have 3 weeks left. Does that sound more reasonable? That way we have Thursday, Friday. We have a couple of days to get the materials together, and then we'll do that jewelry focus launch next week.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was thinking too, you could do the Why I Love thing on Friday and kind of also tie it into Flaunt It Friday. That way you can still have people posting pictures on that post, and you're flaunting why you love your business too. So that could be an option as well.
Okay, cool. Would you just leave the eye makeup place?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Why are you all sassy with your fancy eye makeup?
Because I have a fancy networking thing at a country club today.
Woo! Yeah, you got wings and eyelashes and all kinds of stuff. Looking sassy. All right, so then let's think about your post today so that tomorrow we can hit it, all of our social media with this. So I would put it on your Instagram, put it on your Facebook, in your VIP group. Let's put them all in that check us out group. I think that would be fun. Speaking of which, thank you, Becky and Teresa and Beth, for that last night. Super fun, lots of interaction. Anything you guys want to say about that, either as observers or Becky, anything you want to report about that?
I did want feedback as far as likes, dislikes, and then I was thinking, like, do we need to have a standing appointment in that group? Something similar, or just an opportunity event? It could be like Tune In Tuesday, and
like that.
Once a month or once a week or something, and just sharing whatever, I don't know.
Even just being available for like Q&A, like if we make it like Tune In Tuesday, like people know that that's the time that it's going to be a Q&A, like bring your questions.
I would say the time probably has to continue to be flexible because of different time zones and things like that. But even if they know Tune In Tuesday this week is at 8, Tune In Tuesday this week is at 2, I think if we let them know when, that would be okay.
I like the program that I used last night because it let you schedule it and follow it, and it gives you reminders. So with the time changing, it does do that.
It looked really cool, whatever it was that you used. Maybe on next week's call, you can show us, you can share your screen and show how you did that.
I liked it, and I think it's a good idea to do it on a weekly basis because it's very informative. It was a lot of information, and with new team members coming in, we can send them. And is it recorded? Is it there? Because I was wondering, can I send people back to say, listen, these are real people. These are people on the team. Listen to what they're talking about. So I think if you have something new every week, that it would be good. It would be good. I don't know. I happened upon it last night. I forgot it. Well, I didn't write it in my calendar. And I'm really going by my planner now. And I didn't have it written down. But I just happened to pop on there. So I didn't know whether it was scheduled. Is it something I can schedule so that I'll get the pop-up that says Becky's going live now?
Once you create it in the back of the house, you can schedule any Facebook post except in an event. So you can schedule in a group, you can schedule, and this is why I got away from it because I can't use it for events, but you can use group or on your personal or business page. But then that way, if you're trying to find consistency, which then in turn turns, I mean, likes are likes, whatever. We want to have engagement during the time that turns into action. They can get those reminders. So once you schedule it and it posts, you just hit a button. It says get a reminder, and it will remind you.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. I thought it was good information. It was very personal. It was light, and I like that. I really like it when people can relate to a real person, somebody who's not, it wasn't rote, and that's what I like about it. It was very comfortable. I thought it was nice.
I know like there was a ton of information we didn't cover, like all the perks of being a fashion director, all of those things. So if you invited somebody last night and they were watching on the replay, then maybe tag them on a past video in that group that talks a little bit more in depth. Like Michelle has one that's 16 minutes long. So that one was 30 minutes. The other one, there's a couple others that are shorter. So I do know that there's definitely some pieces that we didn't cover, but our goal was, like you said, to have a more intimate, relaxed setting where, you know, people can kind of just see, like, what's the real deal.
Yeah, I think that these Q&As are never necessarily even designed to cover everything. The specific topic at hand here was, isn't it fun and nice to start something with a friend? And that is what you stuck to with, as well as hitting other perks. So I thought that it was perfect. You know, next week, that's what's nice about if we do this Tune In Tuesday, you know, we have several members on the team that either have achieved early retirement, are doing this for the purpose of early retirement. That would be a nice one to do at one point, and have Dale, Phyllis, Jenny, you know, talk about how this isn't just for the stay-at-home mom. This is for, you know, women that know that the retirement that they have is either going to be not enough money, or you don't want to just sit home every day and not work anymore. You've had a successful career and not quite ready to start going to senior citizen bingo. So I still look and feel great. I don't want to go to this, you know, that's not what I want to be doing. So I think that would be a really nice one to do. And they don't all have to be super categorized. We can do a one where 3 different stages of life, right? We can do one where the first person we're interviewing, so to speak, it is a stay-at-home mom. So here's Samantha D. Sylvester, home on maternity leave, you know, selling a lot online, things like that. Then somebody who works full-time doing this on the side. And then the third person being somebody with the retirement angle. That could be really good as well. And we could do things like that over and over.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm.
I'd love to do that. Yeah.
And we can do that same topic time and time, like those 3, we have a long list of characters for each of those. We have lots of stay-at-home moms. We have lots of girls that work full-time, and we have quite a few retirees or coming on it. So we really could do those same 3 for several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't want to put the interviewing part always on Becky either. I think the interviewer should change along with the people doing it. However, Becky, we do need you to show us the program of what you did.
Yeah, and we can use, people can log, well.
Is it a paid program?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. And you have to have, it has to be you logged in?
Well, I could always log in, but then do it.
Right. Now,
let me play with it.
Yeah, because also, doesn't normal Facebook Live allow you to bring a second person on? Can't we
So
just
you
do
can-
normal Facebook Live?
You can do a normal Facebook Live. So what we played around to see, could we get 3 of us on? You can always do 2, but because we were going to do the Q&A at the end, we thought, okay, if everybody is on together, otherwise we'd be flipping back and forth. The audio, I don't know how the audio was on your end, but the audio sounded better on my end with this program versus the Facebook Live.
Okay.
So, but there are other options.
Now, if we're going to do the 3 situations I just described, we have 3 right now on the call that we could totally settle up right now, because Summer is a fabulous stay-at-home mom example. And then we can do Joy works full-time, Jennifer works full-time. So we could do, I'm just going by who's on the call. Sheila works full-time. Sheila also Sheila, I'm not sure which side you would categorize yourself more into, but if we were to do Summer, and then either Joy or Jennifer, and then either, Phyllis or Dale, we could settle up the next one right now.
The only question I would have, and I'm fine doing it, just the question would be when, because I'm in Korea next week.
Okay, so then we'll put you on the week after, or the next one after that, because I am thinking about for next week. Would you guys agree for next week?
Yeah.
It sounds good. Michelle, and I would categorize myself as like almost of a dual retirement, because both of my businesses is self-employment, the real estate as well as the jewelry.
Okay.
I could kind of do both. I don't have like a 9 to 5 that I really, check into every day.
Okay, perfect. That is great to know.
I'm open. I'll do retirement. I retired early.
Right. Okay. So now, if we picked a time for next week, could we do for next week, Summer, Jennifer, Phyllis? And then
I can't do Tuesday next week. I have a sip-in style.
I can't do Tuesday either next week.
Okay. All right. So then maybe we don't settle up the exact of it right on this call, but we'll work on that as the general, like maybe we can make up a schedule and then get groups together. Because I would like to even look at the team list and like kind of categorize people and then see where we can get everybody's schedule fit. Okay. So that's great. So, but I loved.
Unless we did it, if we did it like after, I was gonna say, if we did it after like the lunch and learn time, I could probably squeeze it in there. What about you, Summer?
That's fine. I have to go at 6.
Oh, it could be daytime.
Yeah, we could do daytime instead, or morning time. Well, morning time for me is daytime for y'all, so that would work.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have to be at night. Daytimes are fine. Okay, well, with that being the case, then maybe we'll just do a little group chat and settle that up after. And then we'll continue on with continuing to get all you other, everybody that's willing into schedule moving forward. Okay, fantastic. Okay, next, what time is it? Okay. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was the Mercedes Car Club. So some of you are participating in that regularly, and some of you are not. And I don't know if those of you that are watching the replay and we're just not talking about it and I don't know, or if you're not participating in it because you don't want to. So does anyone have a question about that or anything they want to say about the Mercedes Car Club? That's the training that's on Tuesday nights at 9.
Michelle, do you want to share with everybody like your thought and direction, not only with the Mercedes car, but what you're like moving into that?
That's what the whole rest of, no, I'm saying no. I'm not telling, that's exactly why I'm bringing this up, is so that I can do that, Becky. And that was a great suggestion. Those of you that have been doing it, are you enjoying it? Are you finding it helpful?
It's helpful.
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for me, like it just continues to put things into perspective, into focus, that it's just a constant reminder for me. And it's funny that now that that's a focus, even around town, like I notice more Mercedes, and so that puts it in my head. And when I'm driving by the dealership, I'm like, I'm gonna get there, like, and so it's just like a really good continual focus that, okay, like this is the vision, this is what this is the vision, what's my goal. And so for me, like it's just been a good thing to just continue to have that.
Awesome. As I mentioned at some point, I'm losing track of when, it's never too late or, like you can't get in or something like that. At any time, anybody is welcome to join. So what I would challenge each of you to is, if you haven't been participating and you're just not even sure why you haven't been participating, jump on in with us. The most recent call I just recently posted so that you can catch up on the one you just missed. and then, make 2019 the year you are going to participate in it. If Tuesday nights aren't good for you, or one particular Tuesday night isn't good for you, then by all means, watch the replay. It's fine. It's fine. So what I wanted to let you guys know, I've been putting a tremendous amount of time into refreshing my personal development and the trainings that I either have taken advantage of in the past or have had available to me and just didn't really get around to doing, maybe Belinda Ellsworth's trainings. So what I'm doing with the Mercedes group right now is a version of the 5 priorities of a successful leader. That's the training program that it's going to take us probably 2 months to get through that at the pace that we go, because I don't like it to be too long and I like there to be a lot of interaction. So the 5 priorities of a successful leader is going to be the agenda, so to speak, for the Mercedes Car Club until we finish that one, and then I'll move into something more advanced. Or I guess we'll see where we stand at that point and I'll reevaluate. So that what you'll be getting. This past Tuesday, I did the priority of a leader, number 1, is to build vision in others. And you have to have your vision clear before you can even begin to do that. So that was really 100% of what we talked about on Tuesday's call. And the sad reality is that only 13% of people have any vision at all, which means that means when you look at your team roster, 87% of people have no idea what they want out of their business. And when you know the reality of those numbers, it makes you definitely want to focus on fixing it, because otherwise you're just going to have people floating on in and floating on out from now till eternity. So that's going to be the focus there. So another challenge that I would have for you is, okay, I'm participating in this, but do I have anyone on my team participating in this? Because if you have a branch, they can be driving a Mercedes. If you have an area, they can be driving a Mercedes. So look over your team list and ask yourself, who can I call up today and personally invite them to consider a Mercedes for themselves, and have that conversation where you build that vision. Did you know that Parklane can offer you a Mercedes car payment? Have you ever pictured yourself driving a Mercedes? And do some of that vision building that I did way back on that first call. And do that with a couple of your team members and see who you can inspire, because you're not inspiring them to participate by tagging them in a post, right? We're inspiring them by saying, Audrey, imagine sitting in a Mercedes. Where do you drive each day? Oh, I go to the grocery store. I go to my sister's house. Imagine pulling up in a Mercedes. What would that feel like? Imagine you didn't even have to pay for that Mercedes. What would that feel like? That's how we inspire people to get on the Mercedes training. Because the Mercedes training really is all about building a team. And actually, what I want to work on with you guys, not today, it's 12:52, but what I want to start using just a portion of this call to do is to work on the training of how to build $1 million organization. So how many of you would like to have $1 million organization?
For sure.
Okay.
Holla.
Now, do you think, I love in the chat, Joy Widgeon raised hands. I love that it says that in words. That's hilarious. Okay, so now with that being the case, do you believe that you really can have $1 million organization? So here's what I want you to really think about. So let me ask you this. Could your team this month, or maybe within the next 3 months, get to a point that you and your whole team sell $10,000 a month? Is that a number that's doable for you and your team now? Or some of you can do it right now. Some of you do it right now, right? Some of you are close. Some of you are maybe at about half, and some of you are not quite at half and, would be a little bit more of a distance. But you really only need like 5 team members working to have a $10,000 month. Because even if each of them are shooting for just 1,000, if they are shooting for just their level 1, those 5 doing 5,000, you as the experienced leader can easily be doing that other 5,000, most likely, or a good portion of it. And then you may have a couple of other team members that do 200, 300. There's your 10,000. You just need to develop 10 people to that level. 10 areas/divisions. And you'll be $1 million team. Because if you develop 10 people who do that 10 months out of the year, we're not even going to make them do all 12. If they did it 10 months out of the year, if you did it 10 months out of the year, that's $1 million team. So what we're going to start dedicating, maybe half. We'll do half, because I love that we have plenty of time to like come up with ideas, network, and I don't want to take that away from this call. I know that that's part that we love about it. But I do want to also spend some time doing quality direction with our building. So it starts with, because the first real level of leadership is areas. Would you agree? Branches, it's like, okay, now you have a little raise. Let's now get you to area. So if we can put our focus as leaders into building areas, that's how you get to $1 million organization. So does that sound like a plan that you would like? Like, would you like it? So my question is, do you want to take some of this call's time into some of the Build $1 Million teamwork training? And is that topic to your liking?
Sorry.
Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, that was 2 yeses. Is everybody else either nodding thumbs up or have other thoughts you want to share?
Oh, yes.
Here's my 2 cents. I feel like when you look at this call, these are all a group of ladies. I think, what level is Larry?
Larry's a senior division.
Yeah, so sometimes ladies and gentlemen that really care about developing themselves and their team. So we devour training that we can filter down. And if you're willing to take the information and give it bite size to us, that's like you saying, do you want the Cliff Notes or do you want to read the whole thing? I mean...
Well, what's good about, because when you listen to a Belinda Ellsworth training, she's delivering the generic version, and then you have to apply it to your policies, your comp plan, your product. And that's the part that I'm doing. You are right about that, that I'm kind of making it Park Lane specific before I even bring it to you. So, all right, so then moving forward, we'll take about half the call to do training on building $1 million organization, and use the other half of the call for all of these other important tasks and networking that we do. Because I definitely don't want to just be, bombarding you with training every single time we get on a Zoom, because that's not fun either. That's too much. And then where would we get all of our good ideas? Because I feel like the networking on this call is where all the best ideas come from. It's crazy. It's very windy by Dale. So We are still seem to be accumulating people for convention. If you have not contacted Donna with regards to your shirts for yourself, for your team, if you're not sure if they did, just shoot Donna a message so that we can get that settled up. I would hate for anybody to get there and realize they're the only person without a shirt. We do not want that. Unless, of course, they just don't want it, which, of course, that's fine. Nobody has to get it. But I just don't want anybody to feel left out. If there are still people, situations, something preventing you or somebody on your team from going, please come to me with that so that I can attempt to find you a solution or work towards a solution or reach out for something or another.
When is the last day to register to count towards VIP? I'm sorry, I didn't write it down.
I think it's just that last week before we go. It's the last second. Yeah, it's really late.
Okay.
That's why they.
So we'll have past the 30th.
Let's go with yes. The 30th is probably the real answer for that.
Okay.
But I think everybody on the call right now is going, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. Oh wait, Dale, I don't see you on a list. Come on. We want you to come.
I got Eric Richard on Monday.
Oh, good.
That's it.
Awesome.
I just did Trent this last week too.
Yeah, I think we have a bunch of husbands coming because also Scott Morgan is coming. Marlena's husband's going.
Edward's coming, right, Becky?
Edward's coming. Sure, the one all the husbands are coming. Anthony's staying home. That's okay, though. All right, girls. Well, this was fantastic. I so appreciate you all. There is no other leader in Park Lane that has these leader calls and then has this fantastic attendance and this amazing idea sharing. So to recap, we're looking for helpful earring stuff, photos, articles, memes, you name it. Anything that we can make a real fun week of earring knowledge for next week. I'm going to update.
Are we posting that in this group?
Yes.
Or do you want to post it? Okay, perfect. And then
let's post it here so that we can organize it and present it nicely and shine on, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm updating the calendar with the weekly social media suggestions, right? I'm going to just make a note for that I need to do that. And then tomorrow we're all posting that Life I Love cube with some sort of blurb on every social media that you care to put it on. I will recap the hashtags and repost all of that for those that aren't on the call and things like that. That I'll do in Shine On too so that everybody can participate. All right. Love it. Oh, just so you know too, on the Lunch and Learns, I'm going to move forward with Step Into Success, which is the very basic Belinda Ellsworth training. So the topics in Step Into Success are goal setting with intention and purpose, 5 Ds of success, Power Hour, be ready for business everywhere you go, 6 elements of a successful show, recruiting is an attitude, the why of recruiting, the benefits of the gifts that recruiting gives, how to recruit, Sales 101, and your sales presentation. Obviously, that's going to take a long time, so I'm set for a while for things to do on Lunch and Learns, except for unless if there's something pressing that we want to interject or whatever. So that's that. Thank you, Becky, for the suggestion of, reining that in with the topics and stuff. That was great. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Everybody go book a show. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.